Nice. Hi, I'm Batsa and I have completed the patch. All achievements are done. It took me much less time than I anticipated. I did all the remaining 16 challenges on the same day, and it took 6 days overall from the patch rollout to me completing it. So let's go over the artifacts progression, and I'll cover the last part of the tarot challenges 40 to 55 along the way. When you unlock Refined Node 99, you unlock the artifacts. There are 4 artifacts: Crystal Mirror, Magical Skull, Prosperity Engine, and Emotional Vessel. Each artifact has parts between 8 to 11, and each part has levels. You can use the flash button to exchange normal tarot resources to the golden ones. And if you have enough golden resources, you can buy an artifact upgrade. At first I thought that you need to choose which part you want to upgrade for a certain artifact if you can afford more than one part, but it doesn't work like this. When you buy an artifact, you don't spend the golden resources. The value is just the amount needed to unlock a specific upgrade, so you can immediately upgrade everything that has a lower cost than your current resource amount. When you perform the exchange using Flash, there will be a penalty for tarot resource generation for a certain period of time, but it will be decreasing as the timer progresses. At first, the timer will be quite long, but you will be able to decrease it with levels in Refined Node 100 and other means. The basic gameplay during the artifact stage is this. You use Flash, unlock new artifacts levels and parts if you can afford it, wait for the timer to complete, and when it does you check if you can buy new tarot upgrades. If some are very close to being affordable, you can wait a bit or use Time Warp, and then you use Flash and start the cycle again. For example, when you first unlock artifacts, you are very close to getting the E500 tarot upgrades. So either wait a bit to get them, use Time Warp, or use Flash and get them after the timer is over. You still progress the game in the usual way. Element cycle, refine points upgrades, runes, etc. But since when you use Flash, you lose the normal tarot resources and get a speed penalty on getting them, some things like elements can only be upgraded when the timer is off or is close to completion. To save time, you can upgrade your elements just before the timer is complete, when the penalty is low and you have a lot of resources. And then you can Flash to start the timer again. Refined Node 100 will be maxed out pretty fast, and this will give you a huge boost to artifacts progression. The first part of each artifact increases the sacrifice amount by 10k per level, so this is the main way to get more special gem levels. The other parts give different bonuses like increases to relics, refined nodes, polished weapon effects, and other bonuses. Let's move to the tarot challenges. Once again, the pin message in Discord by Infected Selection Pinner proved to be extremely helpful. I upgraded the first part of the artifacts to level 3, my gems were around level 51 at this point, and I managed to complete 8 of Swords and 8 of Pentacles instantly. Then it's time to grind some artifact parts and levels, and after a while, actually a bit later than the guide suggests, I moved on to the Hermit challenge. I had 260 golden tarot resources when I did it. The challenge requires you to reach E1000 tarot resources. I used a decent amount of time flux to get there, but eventually I completed the challenge. A bit later I got achievement number 505, which adds automation to the artifacts flashing. The best way to use it is to have the percentages stay at 0 so you get the maximum benefit. Have it on when you want to progress in artifacts, and turn it off when you want to get more levels in tarot upgrades and increase your elements amount. Then I moved to 9 of Cups. I completed it a bit later than the guide suggests, with my gems being level 57 and around 1k golden tarot resources. I couldn't complete it before that. When I reached 6.5k golden resources, I did 9 of Pentacles, which was completed very fast, and 9 of Swords, which was completed instantly. After that I moved to Wheel of Fortune. I couldn't do it before I got part 3 of the artifacts to level 6. The challenge requires 10 wins in a row to complete. For this, a macro with only this card is needed, the success chance keeps growing, and when I got to 72% chance, I completed the challenge. After that I did 9 of Wands, way later than I first could complete it. I immediately completed it when I started farming water, but if you tried this earlier, cycle through the elements to get to the required amount. You should be able to complete it without Time Warp, or switch into Lab 5 for Earth. After that comes a relatively long grind to unlock the 7th part of each artifact. I used almost all of my time flux to get there, and unlocked a bit more artifact upgrades before I moved on to the remaining challenges. I'm not sure how many golden resources I had at this point, some were around 50 to 100k, but my normal tarot resources were around E4950. I did the 10 of Pentacles challenge, which required some manual merging. Remember when you had to do that before the automation? Anyway, I completed the challenge after a few minutes and proceeded to 10 of Swords, which I was able to complete instantly, 10 of Wands, which I did pretty fast while cycling through the elements and using 5-minute time warps for each, an easy enough challenge. I also completed 10 of Cups, and I was able to do it in the moment I turned on Auto Unity. Then it was time to push the gems to level 62 before proceeding to the last tarot challenge, and I used my remaining time flags to get there. You need to have level 13 for the first part of each artifact to be able to start working towards level 62 yellow. After getting it, level 62 for the other gems is pretty fast, and then I unlocked the last relic, got 1 level in it, and it was time for the last challenge, the strength one. The guide says to get to level 6 for part 6 of the artifacts, but I believe I did it with level 5 and the 150k golden resources overall. The requirement is to reach attack level 2000. And after a short amount of time, I got it. Patch completed. But wait, I only have 519 achievements. It took me a couple of hours to realize it. I was missing achievement 486, which requires 3 ascension levels. For this you need the full Sagittarius build. I farmed the Zodiacs, 1 less than needed, but I was able to complete it pretty fast regardless. So all achievements done. I still need to do the 4 new secrets though. I plan to continue playing the game and lurk in the endgame shenanigans channel on Discord. I will make a couple more videos regarding the patch, but they won't come in the next few days probably. See you in my next video. Bye bye.